that we offer? Well, the main tools of credit justice services, actually, the first tool is that everything that we do is basically centered around several laws, but the major one is the Fair Credit Reporting Act. And what this act does is it requires the bureaus to prove to the consumer that what they're reporting on their credit report is true and it is accurate. And if the credit bureaus cannot do this in a set period of time, they must remove the information from the credit report. So what we offer here at Credit Justice Services is a system in where we actually force the credit bureaus to uphold this law. And what that is, it's a series of 3 rounds of expertly written dispute letters that we provide the client. The client is involved in this 75-day makeover process. What the client's role is that they sign and mail these expertly written letters from their own home. And why do we do that? Why don't we just take care of the whole process and just, manage the whole thing? And the reason is because of this. In the 11th and a half hour of the Fair Credit Reporting Act, the credit bureaus, who were highly interested in this law, squeezed in a little modification of that law that says if a third party acts on behalf of the client or the consumer, by law the credit bureaus can view that as frivolous and they can literally throw the dispute in the garbage. So what that means is if I'm a consumer and I have a dispute with one of the 3 major credit bureaus, I cannot hire an attorney to represent me. I must represent myself. And so what we've developed Credit Justice Services is we aid the client or the consumer in self-representation. We are their coach. We are their mentor. We provide them with the tools that they need, and we help them through this process. And any person out there can dispute their own credit. You can do it. And what it involves, though, and what can happen is it can be incredibly frustrating because the credit bureaus are onto this. They don't want people disputing information on their credit reports. Number one, it costs the bureaus money every time they have to investigate disputes. It used to cost them $4.50 to investigate a dispute. And that was a lot of money to them, and what they've done is they've gotten that down to about 50 cents. They've outsourced this work to foreign countries, and so they don't like that, and they try to stop it. They try to stop it by writing to the consumer and telling the consumer to come online and dispute. Come online and dispute because it's so easy and it's quick and, you can get it done. Well, the truth about online disputing is that if you go online to the Experian website or the TransUnion website or the Equifax website and you log in and you dispute with them, when you check the terms and conditions box, you are agreeing that if they prove that what they're reporting is true and accurate, that you will never dispute that line item again. And kind of the kicker about that is that you're asking them to dispute their own information, which makes absolutely no sense to me at all. It's like, having your house broken into and you call the police and the burglar shows up to do the investigation. How good of a job do you really think he's going to do in the investigation? So, this is why Credit Justice Services is here to kind of assist the clients through this process. So we have some tools that are pretty unique to our business, and one of them is scored credit reports, and we're going to take a look at that in a couple minutes. We actually will give a score to the credit reports, and what that means is we tell clients exactly how many negative trade lines they have and what the percentage chance of removal is for each one of those trade lines based on our database of all the people that we've helped in the past. This is a tool that the client gets to keep. We give the client some tips about what they can do on their own to increase their credit score. And on this scored sheet, this scoring spreadsheet, is the price. So everything is right there for the client to see. No hidden charges. It's all right there out in the open. We also have the 3 rounds of dispute letters, which the client participates in. And the reason for that is because the client is acting on their own behalf. The credit bureaus are not going to view these letters as fraudulent, and they're not going to be dumped in the garbage, and so we get a higher deletion percentage. We also have on-site tracking. We have that for our clients where they can go in and they can actually see their removals after each round of their letters. And another thing which is really unique is that we give personal customer service. You have a certified credit consultant, which is an agent out in America, marketing and selling the Credit Justice Services product. And for a client, that person is available. They're a real person. They can talk to that person and communicate with that person. Not only do they have their what we nickname CCC, but they can also call the customer service line at our home office in Jacksonville, Florida, and also get excellent customer service as well. So you're not getting lost in an internet company black hole. We are real people offering a real business. Also, we do client education. We talk to the clients about the 79% and what's behind that. That they can understand that they actually have rights here, and we coach them through the process. Right, so we talked about the 75-day credit makeover is our main product right now. We also can help people with identity theft issues using the 75-day credit makeover. A lot of times, especially I live in Pennsylvania, I'm an account executive in Pennsylvania, and we have a fairly large Hispanic population here, and I've seen a lot of identity mix-ups on their credit reports because they have very similar names. So the 75-day credit makeover can actually help with that process. We also have an in-house debt negotiation service, which is an added product. We use that, offer that to clients who want to negotiate a collection, a tax lien, or a judgment. It is a separate service from the 75-day makeover, and if you're interested in that, we can offer you information on that product. And like Doug talked about at the beginning of the call, we have all these other fantastic related services come on board in 2009, and there's a lot of purposes for this. One of the purposes is to help our clients. Clients in today's market, they need extra services like the loan modification, the credit card settlement. The short sale is really, really important right now. And also the debt settlement. I mean, people right now in today's economy are just struggling to get by. And because of this, the credit cards are going unpaid. And they're getting into collection. And, the debt is piling up. And the mortgage payments are being missed. I can't tell you how many people say to me, am I going to pay my mortgage this month or am I going to eat? I mean, we're really in a serious crisis right now, and there's a lot of people that are experiencing problems from this. So these other related services are also going to help our certified credit consultants to also make additional income for their families. And also it's going to help the corporation itself grow. So what we're going to become is like a full-service, one-stop shop at Credit Justice Services, where whatever your financial issue is, we think we have a solution where we can help you. I'm so excited about it. So let's talk about our company. Our president, who was on the line a couple minutes ago, Douglas Muir, is the founder of Credit Justice Services. And Credit Justice Services was actually founded on the needs of a client. Doug was hanging around in a mortgage company for a while. He had lived in Italy and had come back to Florida and was just hanging out, and a woman came in who was going through a divorce and her credit was being destroyed. Now Doug